Welcome to Astro Venture, the DSLR astrophotography channel. Hey there, Astro Ventures. Welcome back. If you're new to this astrophotography channel, my name is George, and this is the astrophotography channel for DSLR and mirrorless camera bodies, combined with the lenses we already own and a simple star tracker like the Skyguider Pro or the Star Adventurer. In this episode of Up in the Night Sky, we're going to take a look at the Iris Nebula. Now, the Iris Nebula is located right beside the House of Cepheus, as I call it. And when you're locating this one, this is going to be a, 1 out of 10, and doing this with a Skyguider or a Star Adventurer, and you having to, read the stars and make a jump. I'm going to put this one probably at a difficulty of about an 8 or a 9 out of 10 to locate. Now, Cepheus, as I said, and you can see in the images here, it's right beside the House of Cepheus, as I call it. And this target, part of what makes it so difficult is the target itself is 1,300 light years away, and it's 7 light years across. In translation, what that means is it's a small target way out there. Add to it, the Iris Nebula is actually a reflection nebula, so it's not emitting its own light. Add to it, all around it, there is plenty of dark nebula all around the part that's picking up the reflection of a nearby, quote-unquote nearby, star. So it's difficult to find, not a lot of light, small target, way out there, and not exactly a good specific reference other than beside the House of Cepheus. Now, when I shot this target, I shot on my D500, and that was done for the fact that it is a crop sensor camera. So I wanted that artificial zoom. Additionally, I had on there my 300mm prime lens with a teleconverter, which a 1.7 teleconverter, and that gave me a focal equivalency of 765 millimeters. I wouldn't tackle this target any less than with a crop sensor and say a 500mm lens, unless you have, like I did, a 300 with a teleconverter. You can do it that way as well. But you want to get at least to an equivalency of 500 millimeters to photograph this target. My aperture was at 6.7. My ISO, I was at 3200, so I really had to push it up there. I was doing 2-minute subs on my Skyguider. Now, with that, that can be a long time to shoot at such a long focal length. So for that reason, at about every 15 to 25 minutes, I was doing a realignment using my iPolar software to get right back onto target because it is so small at such a great distance. In total, I collected 5 hours of data, which is a lot, and then from there I was in approximately a Bortle 5 sky condition. So with all that said, it's a hard target. To initially spot it, you do your star hopping to figure out where you're at, push that ISO up really high, at least 6400. You shoot some long exposures, and I even brought my laptop out so I could pop the camera card out and do a quick bit of stretching on my laptop to see if I was onto the target. So no shortage of just flat difficulty with this target. Now, in another video, I had mentioned about the challenges I had had with locating the Dumbbell Nebula, and somebody had asked, and correctly had asked, well, why didn't you just use your ASI Air? And I do have that tool available. I answered back to them, and I'll tell you, yes, I could have used the ASI Air, and if you have one, absolutely use it. It'll make life a whole lot easier. But the reason I didn't is because a lot of YouTube channels will quickly add in equipment and then spend themselves away from, people like us shooting with simple cameras, lenses, and Skyguiders. So I want to experience the challenge as if I didn't have the ASI Air available. But if you do have it, by all means, use it. Okay, and so with that, did a lot of processing, putting it all together, and this is my image of the Iris Nebula. It is cropped down. I love the colors. It does, the bluish greenish color does come through beautifully, but it does want a lot of data, at least 3 hours, and you've got to really stay on target because of such a focal length for such a small target. So if you don't know, we have a Facebook group, Astro Venture DSLR. Love to see you over there so we can continue the conversation. And if you like this video and content, please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I wish you clear skies and uneventful nights.